Conceive, believe, achieve.
This is former UFC middleweight champion of the world, Michael Bisping.
Paddy the Baddy here. You're listening to Combat Sports UK.
And you're watching Combat Sports UK.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Combat Sports UK. It's Taylor Collard here. I'm delighted to welcome back Garon Shemar. Garon, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm all good, thank you.
Sam, thanks for coming on again. So we're fighting September 9th, just over, about a week yesterday, until the fight Battle Arena 77 for the Bantamweight title against Ibrahim Bazith. How are we feeling in the run-up for the fight a week to go now?
Really good, really good. Training's just going smooth, to be honest. Just tick it over now. Getting ready for next weekend. But yeah, training camp's been going good.
Yeah, so training camp, weight's all good and everything like that. And we just had a smooth camp this time round.
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows I don't really cut much weight, so weight's never an issue, really. You know what I mean?
That's good. That's good. And how, the last fight was a bit of a weird finish, right? It kind of I've never seen a ref stop a fight for a fighter saying he's okay. So
yeah.
How do you reflect on that one? Kind of the fight as a whole. Kind of forgetting about the finish. How do you reflect on the fight as a whole?
First of all, I don't dwell on it much now, to be honest. I got over it pretty quickly. I'm not hurt over it or anything. It's one of those, and it is what it is. He knows he didn't beat me. I know I didn't lose. Like deep down, we both know. Do you know what I mean? Like what the crack is. But fair play to him. He's doing well, and he's won the Four Nations and that, and he's fighting for the title. It's fair play to him. He's doing well, but he knows deep down that he didn't win and I didn't lose, and you know what I mean. But the finish. So. I ran out to the center and I was throwing a few fakes. I landed a leg kick. He landed a leg kick. He shot on the doubles. It caught me off because I switched to open stance. So I was a southpaw. He was an orthodox. So it's quite hard to shoot like a normal double leg. Normally you have to go far side, but I didn't anticipate his far side double to be as fast as it was. So fair play to him. He got to the hit real quick, elevated me, got me down to the mat. And then, to be honest, I was working the whole time. He didn't land a single shot on me. Do you know what I mean? I was we went half guard. I was hustling for my underhook, and I was doing all that things and everything. And I was on my way up. As soon as I got my half guard underhook, I'm on my way up, man. You know what I mean? So he took me down, didn't land a shot. I got up. Look what he did to the guys at Four Nations. You know what I mean? Put the guy and just smashed him in full. Come on, man. You know what I mean? I was working my way up. I got up. He dived on a choke that just wasn't on, you know what I mean? Fell back for the choke, and then the fight stops. There's nothing really I can take from that. But he put me down. I got back up. He dived on a choke that's not on, and then the ref stops it. So I can't really say anything too much about it. He might have beat me. He might not have beat me. Regardless, nothing happened really. You know what I mean? He took me down. I got back up. He dived on the choke that wasn't on it. That's basically the summary of the whole fight, to be honest.
Yeah, and it's just such an odd finish in a way to go. And you mentioned that you got over it pretty quickly, and I guess that speaks to your kind of resilience and determination to just go, right, okay, this happened, let's move on. How much are you looking forward to getting back in to a fight on September 9th?
Yeah, I just want to stay active. Just fighting is just, I enjoy it, and I just want to keep fighting, just keep the ball rolling. You know what I mean? Just win, lose, draw, whatever it is, whatever that last fight was. I don't even know what that was, to be honest. But just want to keep the ball rolling. You know what I mean? Just keep fighting.
Yeah, it's probably one of those that's a bit of a no contest one, really. I don't know if you saw the UFC last night with the kick. It kind of looked like it hit the cup, but it didn't, and then they didn't really know what to do and all that kind of thing. So yeah, no contest probably would have been a better result. So going into this fight, how do you see the matchup with Ibrahim kind of going into it? Have you had a chance to see much of his footage? Do you have any awareness of what he's like as a fighter?
Yeah, so just same old shit, innit? You know what I mean? It's what's he gonna do? He's gonna wrestle me, you know what I mean? No surprise really, you know what I mean? He's just gonna wrestle me. But I think the difference is, there's no disrespect, honestly. I'm just saying what I see. For example, my last two opponents, Jack Atherton and Jack Humphreys, it's I knew their game plan was obviously going to be to take me down, of course, yeah. But it's they're no slouch on the feet either. Do you know what I mean? Like they can still, you know, like throw. They can still throw, and I still gotta be real sharp. And I've got to be real sharp in this fight, of course. Like anything can happen, but I think this guy only has wrestling. Like that's all he's got. To be honest, you know what I mean? And that's no disrespect. Like if he's really good at one thing, he might come in there and just maul me, and he might not even need striking. But um, just observing him versus my last two opponents, I feel like my last two opponents were way more well-rounded. Where this guy he's purely not even gonna, and he's just gonna go and like he only has wrestling. Like that's his only hope.
It's true, yeah. It was when you go, I found some footage of him, and when you go and watch that, is literally the first thing he does is he just goes bang straight for the
Mm.
wrestling. I'm curious, kind of like as somebody who's quite tall for the division, do you kind of think of it as if to say, yeah, my legs are long? Do you see that as an advantage for you, like being long and being able to get out of those positions a bit easier? Like you mentioned with your half guard, you can kind of get quite um, high up on his body to get those underhooks to get yourself out, if you know what I mean. So do you see that as quite a big advantage in terms of your standing in the division?
Yeah, 100%. Like if I'm longer than you, I'm gonna be able to dictate. Like you're gonna have to. My opponents are gonna have to do more work to get to me than I'm gonna get to them. I'm always gonna be able to touch them before they can touch me. You know? So they have to bridge the gap. I don't need to bridge the gap. Do you know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
that's an advantage that I hold. And obviously on the ground, yeah, like underhook, long legs. Like if you see in the last fight with Jack Humphreys, like I made a mistake like just in sparring and everything of like keeping my legs locked in like a close guard, you know what I mean? Like keeping them there,
Mm-hmm.
and like all you're doing is just giving them to position, you know what I mean? Like I want to keep working past my guard, whatever. Like I want to get up. Like a close guard is like one of the worst positions to be in, and unless obviously like I'm looking for submissions and stuff, then that's a bit different. But like there's a point where we go half guard and he tries to like you know, like you can just sprawl out and like you can just like sprawl out and kind of run around. Like you can sprawl out so my like legs get unlocked in half guard and then you can just kind of run around. And he tried to sprawl out because my legs were so long, like they just kept locked. Like I just kind of lengthened out my legs and he just couldn't break it. So yeah, so it's an advantage like underhook, leg length, and just keep, keeping range. Like I know I can judge distance well. Well, actually,
Mm-hmm.
my last fight he closed it really quick. But I mean, like on the in general, I feel like I can judge distance well, and I'm gonna have to do less work than the other person to close range. So yeah,
Yeah, it gives you that advantage of being able to scoot to the cage and then work your way back up from there, because he's quite a short and stocky guy, as wrestlers kind of tend to be. And what do you see as kind of like your biggest strength against him going into this fight? Is it going to be the takedown defense, or is it going to be your movement and then being able to catch him as he's coming in, or do you have kind of something more special planned for him?
well, you're familiar with the round changes, right?
Yes, yeah. We spoke about
All
it.
right, so
It's
yeah, so I'll get into that, but so the round changes they've been slightly like modified. So I best get.
Mhm.
I feel a finish coming. There's no way, you know, these are long rounds. You know what I mean? So I think yeah, I think he's gonna get caught, and you know, that's a long time to be wrestling. So he best be in shape. He talks about like, oh, like I've, you know, like oh, like I train really hard and whatsoever. First of all, mate, you turned down 5 rounds. So let's not, you know, let's not. Like I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything, but come on, man. I think like he talks about oh, like I've seen a couple of of his interviews, and he's like talking like oh, like hope you're ready, but you know, obviously you guys are weirdo to be honest. But like he's he's he talks about training really hard, but not many people know this is supposed to be a 5 round fight. That's what title fight is, you know, 5 rounds. That's what I wanted. 5 round, like let's go for 5 rounds. But he's throwing a bitch for it, and he's like, no, I'm only prepared for 3 rounds. I'm only fighting 3 rounds, or I'm pulling out. What the? First of all, I don't even know how you prepare for a 3 round fight. What is the difference? You just train as hard as you can train, and you just fight. Like I don't understand the like I don't know how I would train for a 3 round fight compared to a 5 round fight. You just train and then you fight,
Mhm.
innit? Do you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, that's strange. First of all, so if he can't, if he's physically, it's impossible for him to fight 5 rounds. You must do not train that hard, to be honest. Yeah. So so yeah, I think you best be in shape because wrestle fucking me for four. So it's four threes, isn't it? So it's 3 4 minute rounds. That's a
Hmm.
long time, man. That's a long time. That's a lot of blood in the arms. You know what I mean? That's a long time. So you best be in shape, innit?
Yeah, and it's an odd circumstance, and it's a lot of stop start, which kind of you would think favors the striker, really, the stop start nature, because all the fights, every round starts on the feet. So it's a really interesting decision from his side. Like you pointed to, I think it can only be down to the fact that yeah, maybe he's not as fit as you think he is, or something like that.
Well, in
But
his last
fighting for
fight, sorry, in his
no, go
last
ahead.
fight, he he gassed him, got choked out in the fourth. So I
Mhm.
think fourth and fifth, like he just gets scared, and like I just think he doesn't want like all costs. He's not seeing those 4 and 5 rounds, and he talks about what he did, like what he did. Like he's like, oh, like, look what I did to my opponent. He just laid on him for free. Like that's okay, cool. You've won it, fair play. Like well done. It. You know what I mean? Fucking Jesus, like it's not like Jack Humphreys. Like he put me down. And he was diving on darts. He was trying to close the gap. You know what I mean? Fair play to him. Do you know what I mean? I got back up, but like he was diving on stuff. You know, like he dived on a dart. Then I got back up. He dived on an anaconda. You know what I mean? Like he was actively looking to finish. This guy literally just fucking rubs his face on your chest. You know what I mean? Like he's just. Oh, if that's your way to win, then fair play.
I
Fair
mean,
enough.
do you think there's a hint of kind of mind games in all of this as well? Is he trying to get in your head a little bit by saying all these things and mixing up the rounds and all that kind of stuff?
I mean, like I don't really care to be like. I just want to fight, innit? Like I spoke to James. I spoke to James, my coach. So when he told me he was like, "This is like the situation with fighting 3 4 minute rounds now," and initially I was like, "What the like? Oh, we want 5 rounds," and then he was like, "Listen, this is it, or he's gonna pull out in it. Like he's not gonna. It's either this or no fight." And I was like, "Well, obviously I'm gonna fight in it. Do you know what I mean? Like it doesn't bother me as long as I'm fighting. Do you know what I mean? Like whatever. It's unfortunate because I wanted a 5 round fight in it, but
Hmm.
this I feel like the longer rounds maybe even better for me, to be honest. I don't see it. I don't see it in like a crazy advantage for him being 3 4 minute rounds. You know,
Yeah, totally. And does fighting for a belt kind of put some extra sugar on it for you? Does it kind of make it a bit more of incentive, knowing that should you win the fight, you'll get a belt put around your waist?
yeah, the belt's always nice, and that's 2 belts in 6 months. Actually, wait, April, May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, that's like it's 2 belts in 6 months, isn't it? So that's a nice little achievement. But yeah, like golden tickets coming next, man. I'm telling you, golden ticket belts coming next. But yeah, no, it's always nice having a belt, to your name.
Yes. Something to properly go for. And just to wrap up, kind of final thing I wanted to talk to you about, we didn't get to touch on last time I spoke to you, is just kind of about how important your heritage is to you, because I've noticed kind of on social media you post a lot, kind of with the music and things like that. So if you want to just kind of talk a little bit about the heritage and what that plays in terms of your life and your focus.
Oh, that's a mad one. I wouldn't say like it plays like a crazy part. Like I'm not like crazy cultural. I just kind of like the music. I'd say I'm more cultural now than I was like 4 or 5 years ago. But I'd say
Mm,
like I'm not like it. I just kind of like the music. Like I like the language. Like I still like haven't got half a clue. Do you know what I mean? You get me? So like I'm still learning it. Do you know what I mean? But I'd say yeah, I'm definitely more cultural now than I've ever been in it. Do you know what I mean?
mhm,
And it means a lot to me. Like trying to like a lot of Indians like they don't go down this route. So I feel like I've
mhm.
already got like a niche that people can like say like, oh, like this guy represent us in this sport. This guy can represent us in this sport. Like I feel like I can be that for um like Indian people kind of, innit?
Yeah, no, I think that's amazing. I think the only guy that jumps to my head is the heavyweight over in
That's
the
one
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 championship, isn't it?
championship.
Yeah,
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 one
yeah.
championship. So no, I think it's great. I think it also in other sports as well, like in football, there must be. more Indian players out there coming up through the ranks, and it's just great to have somebody like yourself promoting it and then going out and doing what you do when you fight. So I'll just kind of throw it over to you for the last word. Have you got, obviously you think you're going to knock him out, you see the finish coming, but any predictions or shout out to gym, training partners, anything like that?
Yeah, so I think I'm either gonna stop him. I'm either gonna stop him with strikes in the second, or I'm gonna submit him in the first. And I'm just gonna put it out there. You get me? I'm either gonna submit him in the first, or stop him with strikes in the second. And you know what I mean? Everyone talks about, like, look, if Max Holloway can get a knockout, I best get a knockout. Do you know what I mean? Everyone takes piss at me in the gym, saying like I've got no power and I've got pillow fists and that. I need this, and I need like at least drop someone. Fuck me, like I haven't dropped anyone. Do you know what I mean? Like I need to just prove to everyone that I've got a bit of power behind me. You know what I mean? And the gym, yeah, the gym's always backed me. That gym's more than a gym to me. And like I say it every single time, like coaches, teammates, everyone's helped me so much. You know what I mean? And no matter what I dislike or no matter how much I dislike an opinion or like advice that they give me, like I know it's for my best interest, and yeah, they take the piss out of me, and like I'm like the little boy in the gym, but I know I know they love me really, and you get me. I know James
Yeah,
is
I
like
mean,
watching this, like shaking his head, like, oh, like, oh fuck off, but like I know he does, and you get me.
no, that's how you show affection in MMA gyms. You just abuse as much as you can, and
Oh
then
yeah,
that's it.
I hate it. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm sick of this shit, man.
All right, then, mate. Well, listen, September 9th, Battle Arena 77. You can pick up the pay-per-view on their website if you want to see Garon in action. It's the Bantamweight title fight against Ibrahim Bazith. From everyone at Combat Sports UK, all the best. Thank you very much for coming back on. We really appreciate your time.
No worries at all, man.